Yeah, I guess we will go ahead and get this thing started. I've got a nice juicy green thing in front of me. It's gonna hurt, but it's gonna be fun. So we'll see how this goes. What about you?
It's not.
What do you got? What do you
It's
got in
not
front
a.
of you?
It's not fun if it doesn't hurt you a little bit, right?
No, exactly. Money hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it's
I
green. Praying mantis might
uh
hurt.
feel like praying
Crocodile.
mantises. I don't. Yeah.
Crocodile.
Crocodile for
I feel
sure.
like it's for sure. Trying to think what is like classically green. Hmm.
We better smoke that crocodile right now. We can get this show on the road.
In a while. Crocodile.
uh,
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I got some Modern Times hazy IPA that's been in my fridge for God probably a month at this point. Shit, are we on dead air right now? Oh, I don't know. Something happened.
Sounds tasty.
Oh, okay. You are still there. I was expecting to hear some bubbling, some percolating, some choking, some coughing.
Not there just yet. We'll get
It's
there.
not there. All right, all right.
Boy,
Man,
but
right when we started this podcast, though, I'm like in my living room right now. I look out the window, and there's this hot chick just running down the street, and I'm like, fuck. How do I like look out there without risking looking like a gigantic creep, though? Like I gotta see who this is. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes if all we have is gigantic creep, we gotta own gigantic creep.
Yeah, I want that. I want that gigantic creep energy. That's what I want to be known for.
Exactly. Grab your fucking binoculars. You know,
Just lean fucking all the way in. Just like
go for it.
just get in the bushes in my own house and just start creeping on everyone.
Hand lotion, then Kleenex, a seat, just like kind of sitting not
Hey,
outside but in like inside by the window. You're perfect.
yeah, I got like a little stool, like a tiny like child-sized stool, just by my window.
I guess if you want to upgrade, you could go for like one of those full fancy telescopes.
Oh man. Just an assortment of binoculars. One of those like what are those ones that like it's just one little peephole and it slides out like the pirates used to use? Like I got one of those. One at all.
People pirates used to use.
And not a peephole was not the right word, but it's like when a pirate pulls out and then it like it extends out and then they look through it like just holding it with their hand.
Yeah, isn't that like a when a monocular?
A binocular? Could it be that fucking simple?
I don't know.
Oh my
I'm sure
god.
it's got a fucking name that we are just totally missing right now, and everybody's just sitting laughing at home like you fucking morons.
They're probably like, what the fuck is even happening right now? Is this even a podcast?
This is how we do. This is what we do. We just sit here, cough. Sean makes fun of me for coughing, and it
I
goes
mean,
on
this
for
is
like
this
over
is
an hour.
scripted. This is legit. We
I'm
had we
pretty
have
sure
show
I have like,
notes.
yeah, I've got like
We rehearsed it,
2 or 3 more coughs to get through, and then we'll be finished.
and
Cue cough. But
is that the same piece, the bong that you brought over to Nick's house for the draft?
no, that was actually Nick's piece
Oh, that was Nick's piece.
that he has
Oh.
stashed away at his house somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all the goodies, and I have to say, I definitely had a good time at the draft. I hope everybody else did. Certainly a whole bunch of fun craziness. Had like some special guests, like oh, that must have been number two.
Did you just shit your pants?
No, definitely I will let everybody know if I full on shit my pants on the podcast. That would
All I
be,
heard was deep cough, and then you said, "Oh, that must have been number two." I was like, "Uh-oh,
I
we
guess
got a situation over here."
I was referring to like cough number two, like of my scripted coughs. But yeah, no,
Nice.
the podcast will abruptly end, or Sean's gonna have a lot of just dead air with him just by himself. Like I don't know what happened to Brian, but yeah, some sort of
I mean,
emergency.
I would think that probably both of us would have such dedication to this podcast that if we did shit our pants, like the show must go on. Like, we'll deal with it later.
I kind of have to agree with you on this. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like what would everybody expect of us? I guess is the real
Exactly.
question.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
they
This
would,
is we're yeah.
yeah, they would expect us to wade through shit for their benefit and their entertainment. So, all right.
Right.
So this is a fair endeavor to take on, and we will go ahead and talk about our fun, awesome draft. By the way, I think the picture, hopefully this is working, but the picture on the video should be updated to our current draft board. Um,
Nice. Yeah. I feel like we got we got a better picture of the draft board, and we also just got a lot more pictures in general. There were a
yeah,
lot of pictures flying around. Definitely downloaded quite a few of them. Feel like we did a much better job documenting just being there, the shenanigans, which is always pretty nice. Always fun to look back at that.
yeah, and we actually had every single person there. That was
Dude, that was amazing. I know
awesome.
Misha wasn't there for the actual draft part of it, but
But
the
he was
fact that he was
there. He
there
was
and we
there.
were all he was
Yeah.
there. He was still there on draft day,
We had
you know.
all 10 of us
Counts.
in the same area at the same time. Like that's
I was trying to think actually,
never,
was that
never. That's the
okay, but
first time ever.
I was thinking about Nick's wedding, and I feel
Not
like who
no, because
wasn't who wasn't there?
Nate wouldn't have been there.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
yeah, this really was
Yeah.
a first, a pretty
Yeah,
big
no,
first.
nine, I'm pretty sure we've been able to get nine several
Yeah,
times,
yeah,
but never been able to do the full 10. So
that's pretty sick.
that was a feat in itself, guys. So glad everybody could come, especially those who, you know, made the like the travel, you know, the travel down from up north. You know, John coming on down, Misha taking the time away, Nate and John bringing the fucking whole goddamn orchestra.
Oh, I mean, dude, lots of thanks and shout outs for sure. I mean, obviously Nick for graciously hosting what I think there were 12 people there at
Yeah,
one
at least.
time,
And a big shout.
and yeah.
I was gonna say big shout out to Eric, even though I no he doesn't listen, but to for doing the draft for it because that's pretty awesome to.
Oh, that was pretty sick that he was putting the stickers up on the draft board for us. I don't know who, if anyone, would have done that after the fact, or we would have said, fuck it, like we got it in sleeper, we're good to go.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's more or less. But if we buy it, we should fucking use it. So that should
Yeah.
be like a mandatory thing if we ever have a live draft. If there's nobody to do it, you gotta fill out your goddamn fucking board.
Dude, oh no, you know what we should do?
What?
Whoever finished last place the prior year has to fill out the draft board the next year.
I mean, I don't disagree with something like that. I think that's a nice little bitch kind of thing to assign to the you know the turd bowl, whatever we want to call that whatever you get. But I
Yeah.
will say you can't guarantee that somebody's gonna be there. You know, whoever it is that ends up losing.
Mm,
And fuck,
okay.
if they're guaranteed bitch assignments, then they certainly might find excuses not to show up.
Oh, yeah, I can't make it this time, guys.
Yeah, sorry
Like,
guys. I just don't know what
it's
happened.
it's Nick, and he's like, dude, you're here. We're at your
Yeah,
house.
bro,
What
it's
do you mean
your
you can't
fucking
make it?
house. Like, I don't know, guys. I just can't. I'm just gonna be able to not be there for. I'm just gonna have to do the draft like remotely for a little bit. Like, I don't know. I have to
But
go
yeah,
for it.
shout out to Nick, big time for. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot to host
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Yeah,
know he obviously like wants to and likes to, but still, that's a lot of
a
people in your
lot of
house.
work.
A lot of air mattresses, and I'm sure he had some cleanup stuff to do the next day.
Oh,
But
for sure.
that was sick for sure. And
Hmm.
yeah, like you said, to John and Nate for bringing over all that musical gear. I can't believe that John brought a fucking electronic drum set.
That
Like that
was
was such a big
unreal.
surprise.
Unreal.
Yeah, that
That
was that was a fun little extra piece right there for sure.
fuck. That's I will say maybe that might have to be a staple of all. And Chris also can't like Chris was DJing for like at least a couple hours
Oh,
like
dude,
while we
he
were all
was.
kind of
Yeah,
like
I saw that. Yeah.
I guess more or less settling down from like all the draft stuff. Uh and
I
I have
remember the next morning, is like at a certain point in that night, like people were pretty fucking beat
mm,
and had been smoking, drinking, whatever, and there were some people that were kind of dozing off on the outdoor sofa, and I remember John was one of those people, and he was saying that he was like actually like compliment to Chris's DJing because at a certain point it just like was the perfect like lull into sleep, which might sound like offensive to a DJ, like, oh what, my shit puts you to sleep, but
no
like
I
no,
think I
there's a very satisfying
there's a
feeling to
there's a
Chris's
trans
DJ
yeah there's a
choice of how
tr
he
I want to say trance like
yes.
effect that he will uh God damn it.
That's a good way to put it though. I like yeah, that makes sense.
There are other words. They're not coming to me right now. I'm sorry, Chris. You're blank words right now. They'll come at some point, but right now just blank words. Um
Yeah.
okay,
But
but
that was sweet though.
yeah, that was having the DJ, having the music equipment down there. Um the Chipotle, it seemed to like kind of last for quite a little time. People were like
Yeah,
tearing
dude, I think
after it
that
a
worked
while.
out. I think that was better than pizza, in my opinion. I feel like we just stretched it out a lot more.
I will say though, I couldn't help but think about pizza once we turned on Ninja Turtles. Um, and
Oh yeah, that would have been the perfect time for like a couple pies just to come out. Oof, probably would have
yes,
gone to town on some of those.
I ended up changing my name.
I know, I can't believe that we all ended up just in the backyard watching OG 90s live action Ninja Turtles, which was pretty enjoyable, I must say.
Dude, absolutely. I mean, I think that movie totally holds up. Like,
Oh yeah.
and we are all of that age, and I think not only were we getting tired because of a long day of, drinking, excitement, whatnot, ever. But you guys already had quite a few days of, hanging out
True.
and like doing stuff, and everybody's kind of more or less fucking, tired, and we're old. It's hard to admit, but
Yeah.
that's true. So we've been not talking about football for like a little bit now. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
currently a game going on right now.
Yeah, it's
I
Thursday night. The
It
game,
is.
this is actually a pretty fucking good game right now, too.
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit behind, I think. So let me see.
I'm
Uh,
at 7:23 left in the
I'm
third.
on a commercial. Uh,
Oh, okay.
you're at 7:23?
Yeah.
Man, the ESPN website has 8:36 in the third.
Oh, damn. I ended up subscribing to YouTube TV. Just I'm doing
Oh,
gonna
so
do it
do you have
through the football season. So it's like a live, it's like live TV. It's the NBC,
the
telecast.
NBC, yeah, so I have that going in the other part of the house. So I
Oh,
got
right.
okay, so I got on my stream 8:36 tied at 14.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're tied at 14, but we're like a minute
A minute
difference
apart.
of the
Okay,
game
so
clock right now.
you're a little head. So I
Yeah.
will listen for your oohs, ahs, and
I mean,
um.
I got Amon Ra St. Brown, who's
Ooh,
going.
you're
That's my
ooh
only.
you
Hey,
do you do
oh,
you?
do I do?
Okay, well,
Unexpectedly was not somebody that I was targeting in the draft, but that's kind of how my draft went, though.
no kidding. And I just watched him in my late stream just get a catch. So
Oh
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a nice little like decent chunky yardage catch right there.
all right. So he's sort of playing out. I believe that is the first touchdown of the season, is it not?
Yeah, yeah, it actually was the first touchdown of the season.
Well,
Hopefully not the
congratulations
last.
to you, Sean. Yeah, but there we go.
Yee!
Oh my God, do you have wood to knock on? I hope so. God.
I know, god damn it.
Oh man. But yeah, so we got the game going on right now. It actually, yeah, just like Sean said, is actually seems to be like a pretty decent game. Uh
Yeah.
I'm not sure who's got who going. I haven't actually looked at the scores or anything like that just
Yeah,
yet.
there's a not that much action fantasy wise going on in this game. I know that I think it's is it Will, I
Yeah,
believe, that
Will's
has
got
Patrick
Will's
Mahomes.
right. Will's got Mahomes. Nick actually has Gibbs, Jamar Gibbs,
Okay, probably
or
not too
Jameer
much going on
Gibbs,
there.
however you say it. No, he's got 6.4. I mean, only the third,
And
but
then Chris has Isaiah Pacheco, who has 6.6, so not a ton yet there.
no.
And
Did he?
that's
I
it.
saw him limp off the. I saw him limp off the field. Did
Yeah,
he?
I think he went back in though.
Okay, okay.
So really, yeah, not too much going on. Patrick Mahomes, 18 and a half points so far, so that's
Hmm.
actually looking pretty good. And then
Yeah.
19.10 for
Oh, dude.
Amon
Yeah.
Ra,
No.
so
How are you
that's
not?
been
Yeah.
good.
How are you not happy about this right now? I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
six.
stoked. I'm
Yeah,
very stoked.
6 for 7, 71 yards, a TD already. Yeah, you're that's that's absolute money.
Yeah, yeah, I'm already pumped on that. Still a good bit of game left, but man, it's just it's exciting. Like the season officially is kicked off. Like
Yeah,
it's real. Shit's
it
happening.
has. And I guess come this Sunday, we're all gonna get a good, nice
Yeah, man.
taste of that mistress.
Are you going to be around on Sunday to just to get to watch any football, or
So
life
I am still
life is
trying.
busy?
I'm trying to determine. I'm trying to determine what my schedule is going to be like. Sounds like Nick is going to be busy. So if I am able to go on out, it'd probably be chilling with Chris, maybe going to a bar or doing like some streams or fuck I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see
Well,
how.
if you don't go out, are you going to be able to catch some games at home?
Uh, I would hope so, but
TBD.
probably only the games that would be on how do you say it, on like the broadcast games on.
Oh yeah, not like yeah, like having all the games available to you, or like
Yeah,
red zone or
if
anything like
if
that.
I'm not available to go hang out with Chris on Sunday, that means I'm going to be doing something. So so yeah, I'll probably be able to maybe have one of them on in the background and just probably constantly looking and screaming at my phone, like every other good fantasy football season.
Yeah.
So but I guess I was trying to think of, or we were even talking about what we wanted to kind of go on into for this podcast, other than talk about how the draft was. With the Kansas City game, I know we had mentioned with Kelsey going down. That's definitely a big.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a huge bummer just to like start the season like that. Obviously, Kelsey being freaking Kelsey, and then on top of it, like it's one of Nick's guys too. I don't know,
yeah, I
people we always love to give Nick some shit from time to time, but yeah, that's a bummer thing. I mean, I hope that Kelsey is back in soon because also, dude's just fucking fun to watch too, even if like it's not on your team.
oh dude, he
As
is.
long as you're not playing against him.
Yeah, no, I am not sure what the hell is going to happen.
So who is Nick playing this week that gets to reap the rewards of not having to go against Kelsey?
Well,
That's
so
Will.
yeah, that's Will, and Will is enjoying that right now because there is no
That's
Mahomes.
true because also he has Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes, so you'd
exactly.
think that Patrick Mahomes, a lot of his points would have gone
To
in
Nick.
combination with Kelsey.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's kind of like that like hurts a little extra or just
it does.
stings.
It really does. So Nick is gonna he's gonna have to get this one out. I mean, he's got some pieces like all over, a little bit. I mean, we got some interesting pieces. Is that no? Okay. So we got DeAndre. I feel like that's a good staple on any of Nick's teams. You know, the other big piece that he paid for, Jamar Chase,
Yeah, I
because
mean, you'd
it
think
was
that
those
that should
two.
be good.
I
That
hope
should be
so. I
good.
mean, shoot, like if you've just lost one of your giant major first round investments, and the only other giant first, big investment you made, God, pray to those fantasy gods, keep Jamar Chase healthy, um, have him be good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
yeah.
he's got uh he's got some pieces. He's
It's
been
yeah, kind of interesting that I think if my memory serves, which it may not, I do think that Nick was loosely hoping or trying to get Deshaun Watson like at a certain point in the draft, but just he didn't have enough money to really
yeah,
go in on anybody, and Chris stole that away from him. But
he's got
now
him.
he ends up with Deshaun Watson for
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's it might be funny to do during the draft, but you have to hold on to the QBs in order to like continually stick it to Nick. But
yeah.
of course
Yeah,
that's
there was
not.
no way that Chris was going to be hanging on to three QBs.
No, and we have six bench spots, so it's definitely a larger than normal, but we have a
Yeah.
lot of spots to fill. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we need some depth in a lot of other places, and it's not like you can just be fucking around with your bench. Five is
Yeah,
even
exactly.
five is even more hardcore, where it's just like if you hold on to a player that doesn't end up playing or doing anything for you, then that kills you. That's really hurtful. So.
Yeah, it is
It's
totally.
it'll be interesting to see how Nick's team plays on out. I guess just like you said, the an NFL season without Kelsey is going to be would be interesting. So I do hope that whatever's going on that gets figured out and he does end up coming back.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. Um, and with this game, are we going to be talking about people's teams, or what do we feel like?
I mean, it sounds like we already are.
Well, I guess we can. I mean, I'm just looking at this game right now between Nick and Will.
I
So
mean, yeah, Will's got some interesting pieces. Obviously, Mahomes, you're gonna be stoked on that. I like T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, and I actually really like Tyler Lockett too. So I like his receiving core and his QB. I don't know about Alexander Madison. I mean, he could be really good, but
I don't
this is
know
his
about that
first,
either.
first year being a starter, and then Ramondre Stevenson. You just never know with New England what the hell they're going to do
That's a good
with their
yeah.
running backs.
That's a good point.
And Christian Kirk, I mean, he could be good. I mean, people are hyping up Jacksonville a lot this year, so he could be good. So I don't know. Like it's pretty. It's like I'd say it's like a solid. Looks like a solid team, pretty much up and down. I feel like there's a little bit more consistency on Will's team compared to Nick's. So if we were doing picks,
Well,
I think without
I
without
don't see why we just
I
don't
mean,
do
yeah,
some picks.
that's
Like
that's
we're
what we
looking.
do. If we're gonna talk about teams, we got to say who's we like more. I mean, come on,
I will
Uh,
say, yeah, I have no idea what the Jets are going to be like. I honestly have no idea. So Brees Hall,
well, yeah, because they have Dalvin Cook also.
yeah, I mean, I don't know I don't know who's going to be starting. I have no idea how it's going to be running. Like if you've got Aaron Rodgers, are they really going to be running all that much, or is it going to be like a pass and
Yeah, more
catch?
pass heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't, I yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
don't know either.
I will say I do like the Jamar Chase. Deshaun Watson I feel is kind of like a big mystery. I'm not sure how that's gonna. Yeah, I will say if I was putting my money somewhere, I'm right now it's gonna be Will.
Yeah, I think for at least for this week, not to say like in general whose team do I like better, but I think for this week I would give the edge to Will. especially with no Kelsey. If Kelsey was in, might make it a little bit of a different story or a harder decision. But
Oh,
yeah, I feel
absolutely. And you know the point spread between them right now is not it's not like something that couldn't be overcome, but I don't I kind of feel like without Kelsey, that's a good like 10 15 points that is if not more is like almost a guarantee. Like
yeah.
he was just such a sure thing. So yeah, I'm feeling yeah, I'm leaning towards Will.
Okay, all right. Two for Will.
Okay,
Two for Will.
so then
Let's
that's the
go. You want to
who
go over to want to talk about Nate and John's team? I think it's kind of cool that Nate and John have a first week matchup together. Like they're good buddies. Nice to
so
see them
Shandy's
match
such a
up.
fine girl and
Shandy's such a fine girl, and Demardiac Arrest. Ooh, damn, getting real clever with the team name.
dark. Um, these are some interesting teams, actually.
I like
Like,
both QBs.
yeah,
Nate got Justin Fields. John got Josh Allen. Like that, I feel like get a lot of QB points coming in this matchup.
this is gonna be an interesting one because Chicago's going up against Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers, and I have no idea what Green Bay is gonna look like. If Green Bay would be able to pull it out without him, or if they're just gonna fold. And I mean, because Justin Fields, like for fantasy purposes, was pretty damn fucking awesome last
Dude, he
year.
was fucking money last year with all
Yeah.
those rushing yards. He was
hmm
like well over 1,000 or over 1,000 rushing yards.
Now you've had Josh Allen almost what, like 2 or 3 years straight?
Two years in a row. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Loved having him. Wish I had him again.
And he puts up some rushing numbers,
He
doesn't he?
puts up a lot of rushing yards. Not quite the Justin Fields um, that level of rushing, but he puts up a lot of rushing yards, and he'll get
Yeah.
rushing TDs too.
So it's interesting. I will say I I don't know. I lean a little bit more with John for the QB, but then start leaning the other way for the running backs because Nate's got,
Oh, dude, running backs. This is yeah, running backs. Nate has this one for sure. I mean, Derrick Henry and Joe Mixon. That's some heat right there in your running back core versus
mhm.
Josh Jacobs and Cam Akers. So 100%, I will give, like you're saying, give Nate the running back edge.
But
But I think John's got the wide receiver edge though
yeah,
for sure.
exactly. Yeah, no,
Nate is running four running backs in his starting lineup.
I have no idea with Walker and Dobbins. No idea.
No, I mean I don't think anybody really does. I mean they could bust out or look pretty flat like any given week.
Well, I mean, he's
Well,
got Cup.
Dobbins doesn't really bust out. I don't know if I've really seen Dobbins bust out to my
I
recollection.
don't think isn't he just being like constantly injured?
Yeah, that's true. He has been.
I
So we
mean,
don't really know.
so obviously Cup is out. Um,
Yep. Yeah, that hurts. I didn't realize that he has got Cup on the bench. That sucks.
I find it interesting that do we know is Kittle gonna play?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It seems a little undecided right now.
Okay. So I was gonna say like running the four like because John's running like the full four, right? Waddle, Smith, Cooper, and Ayuk.
Yeah, that's dude, that's a very solid receiving core right there. Like
hmm
I'm pretty jealous of what that's looking like.
And he still
I
has
feel
juice on his bench too. He's got Kamara. I mean, yeah,
suspended, yeah. I mean, he's
but
got Kittle. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like he's got his power in his lineup for sure right now. I would say.
I will say, other than the running back situation, I want to say I'm kind of leaning a little bit in John's favor. I know the the matchup is slightly favoring Nate, but those wide receivers are really scary. That is a big cluster of them. I mean, the running backs, as much as I guess we have to check the points, um, are
Dude, I'm 100% with you. I'm for sure casting my choice for John on this one between Josh Allen, I think is the safe and stronger quarterback play, although it is against New York, which usually they have a pretty good defense. But
mhm,
and then those receivers, I think that really stands out. Josh Jacobs, definitely no slouch either. He was a fucking man last year.
yeah,
So yeah, I feel like the consistency on John's side, like again, Nate doesn't have Cooper Cup, so I feel like there's a little bit more strength on John's side, at least right now.
yeah. I'm kind of feeling that same way. But I will say that those two running backs together, like just Derrick Henry and Joe
Yeah,
Mixon, that is, and I am,
give me those
and you
two
might as
running
well,
backs.
add Justin Fields into that mix.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking running back, Justin Fields is basically a running back that also throws the ball.
All right. Well, okay. So I think
Okay.
that'll be that. So we got two for John.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I think.
how about Chris and Misha?
Yeah.
This is actually a game that does have at least one person going in it. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about
Pacheco,
Pacheco.
who's up to nine points, so not too slouchy quite yet.
No, getting some receptions, and that's certainly helping. It's
That's
nice
kind of
to,
surprising.
well, it's because of the 1 point. I just looked it up. So John's got it exactly where I would want it to be.
Yeah,
Thank you, John. He even nerfed the tight ends a little bit, which I'm actually really
yeah,
help.
1-2, 1-2-5. I think that feels good.
So it's oh, you have it as 125, man. The one I just looked at said 1.3, but
Dude,
I
I know that came up when we were at Nick's house. Like the TV said 1.3, but the app said 125. John was like, I set it at 125, so maybe
oh
it just rounds
weird.
up somewhere.
Man, that's so crazy. Okay, we'll see how it ends up playing out in the app. Fuck, I hope that doesn't end up fucking us up somehow, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. But okay, so anyway, we got this game going. Oh wow.
Let's
They've
see.
got
I can.
actually an interesting matchup. The QBs are,
Ooh, I like that.
yeah, that's
Lamar versus Jalen
mhm.
Hurts.
Yeah, that's really
That's a
good.
solid, strong matchup right there.
hmm I mean, I'm
I
not
feel
really
like
sure.
I like both of them equally, I would have to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a wash on quarterbacks. Um, I'm gonna give Chris the big nod. I mean, even though Pacheco's going right now, he's only got 9. We are almost at the end of the third quarter, if not at the end of the third quarter. Um, but Chubb is Chubb. That guy is a
Yeah, I mean,
monster.
I'm not a big Pacheco fan, but on the other side, Travis Etienne, Damian Pierce, I think Chubb is like just that much better above all the rest of them that
hmm
maybe you have to give the running back nod over to Chris.
Yeah, but I will say that it immediately swaps on over because Antonio, or sorry, not Antonio, AJ Brown.
Going back in
Going back
time.
in the day, A Brown, uh, and AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson, I
Garrett
really like those
Wilson.
two.
Yeah, and then throw Hawkinson in there as a third pass catcher. I like
Mm,
that too. Yeah,
Jahan Dotson, that'll be interesting to see how he ends up doing.
I think
He
he'll
could
be
he could
good,
be okay.
but not at the level of the other guys.
No,
At least to where he's been so far.
now,
I don't know though. I do like
uh,
you go. Oh, I didn't see Chris has Bijan Robinson.
I don't know anything. I don't know about this. I mean, it,
I know
we're
everybody's
we're
really
we're we're
high on
talking.
Honey Bijan.
Look, the only time that I can remember a rookie running back like just exploding and doing super well was one particular year. It was the year I won
Who
the
was your running back? I
championship.
can't remember.
That was the team that I had that the major league gif, the
Oh,
who are
right.
these fucking
Yeah.
guys, because like
Yeah.
the guy I drafted was like some rookie, like Ezekiel Elliott. Who the fuck is this fucking guy?
Oh, that was when Zeke was a rookie?
Yeah. That was his
Jesus
first.
God, how old are you?
What do you mean, how old am
I know, I'm just
I?
joking. It just seems that was such a long time ago.
Fuck, was that how long ago it was that I won? Ouch. That fucking hurts.
I know, dude, it just seems like Zeke is like an old man at this point, even though
He
he's like,
is,
I don't know,
well,
fucking 28 or something like that.
I will say the running back position is just so goddamn brutal. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it's rough times out there for the running backs.
yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, Atlanta, they had the highest, the like, I don't know if it was, I forget what the stat is, if it was most rushing yards or whatever. Like, they were the team that rushed the most last year. So they really lean into their running backs,
but
and
wasn't
he's
that
supposed to be
because
like
they
the
have,
big feature back.
but does anybody have what's his name? I don't even remember if he was drafted. Uh, oh fuck, what the hell is his name? He's on Atlanta, or he was on Atlanta.
Cordero Patterson,
Yes,
Tyler Algier.
yeah, no,
Yeah, he's still
Cordero.
there. I think he's still there, but he's just like he's not young anymore either.
No, he's
And so
not. But
I think he'll still be in the mix, but like Bijan Robinson's supposed to be like the guy. Like they're just gonna feed him
well, they've been looking
hot and
for
heavy,
a running
steaming
back.
piles.
And I will say the one thing I did read was something that he was like given the, like, what is it, the Joker position? Like that's like what he's listed as or something. I've never heard of that before, but I guess
I don't know.
it has something to do with being able to play in any spot in the field.
Is
I
that
don't know.
Cordero Patterson?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that's
I do remember that.
so, but yeah, Atlanta's gonna be interesting. So getting back to this whole thing, he's also got Antonio Robinson, Chris does, um, or sorry, Antonio Gibson. My bad. What am I saying? Robinson. Oh my
It's
gosh.
okay. We can start the recording over.
No, no, no,
We'll
no,
just
no, no,
start from the
no,
beginning. We got a
no.
couple too many mix-ups in here, I would
No,
say.
no, you see, when I lean so far away and my eyes are this much slitted or whatever you want to call them, after
Slitted.
slitted,
That bro's got them slitted eyes.
yeah, I don't know what you want to say, but yeah, Bijan Robinson, Antonio Gibson, they kind of blend in together to the same person. Um, but I don't know. As far as
This
this,
is tough,
yeah,
man.
this is actually a really tough one to call. I'm not really sure which way I want to go with this one.
I'm gonna pick the opposite of whatever you pick on this one.
Okay, then I gotta think about this.
Actually, you know what? I'm picking Chris because Misha slighted me during the draft, and I shall never forget
Okay.
how much he slighted me when I was stuck sitting on where I think I could only bet a max $2 wager, and I think it happened a couple times, but one time in particular, I was trying to draft Raheem Mostert,
Mm.
and I was like, nobody. We're deep in the draft at this point. Like everybody has multiple running backs, and I had him $2. Nobody else was taking action on it, and then Misha slides in at the last second and snags him for $3, and there's nothing I can do about it. And he already had a bunch of fucking running backs, and I texted him immediately and just said, "I hate you." And so I'll cool off. I'll cool off eventually. You know, maybe if I can get that first W in the books, I'll forget about that. But for that alone, I'm picking Chris to win this week.
Okay. You know what? I understand that madness because he did the exact same thing to me with Dalvin Cook. I could,
Ooh,
and that really hurt. And I'm pretty sure I yelled
and
out in the
he's got
group
Dalvin
chat
Cook just chilling on his
on
bench,
on the bench.
motherfucker. He's got Mostert and Cook just chilling. Like he just has these guys sitting here laughing directly in our faces at this point.
I will say this. I'm not, all right, Chris, I don't want you to feel like I'm picking Misha just for, like the sake of it. So but yeah, he did fuck me over. I think he fucked everybody over. The buzzsaw never stops. It
God,
always
the
ends up
buzz
sung and fucking yeah,
rears
dude.
its ugly,
The
spiky head.
ugliest of the I don't know what you call that. Blade a blade a blade shaped head, I guess. Um yeah, but the buzzsaw keeps buzzing, so we need to dull that sucker down. Yeah, I will pick Chris along with you. Fuck doing the
Okay.
opposite. No, we'll curse
Yeah.
Misha with this one and
We
see if it
have our
rolls.
reasons.
We do. It's absolutely logical. Um, I guess that just leaves us, right? Either our matchups.
Yeah, yeah, our
Um,
two matchups. Yep.
so we did talk a little bit about yours because you already have fucking Antonio St. Brown, who's now what 19? Yeah, still 19.
Did you say Antonio St. Brown?
I did because
You
because
you just
I can't
cannot get
I
off Antonio Brown.
dude I'm just
He
so
lives on.
I'm so burnt about was it Antonio Brown that I drafted like super high and they didn't end up playing? No, it was the other Steelers player. Oh, I'm bitter. I'm bitter. What
Yeah,
was that other
okay.
Steelers player
Oof.
that like held
Oh, it
out
was
for the whole
the fucking oh my god, the
Le'Veon?
running back, Le'Veon Bell. Yeah. Yeah, what a story that was. We don't have to revisit that, but man. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I
Yeah,
remember
but
that
I do.
fucked you over.
I will say I do love me some ridiculousness of Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that's seriously.
Okay, so back to our Amon Ra Ra.
Amon Ra, the sun god.
Yeah, dude. But have you sidetrack? You have seen like the OG like Kurt Russell Stargate, right?
Oh, dude, that movie's so fucking good. That was like
Okay,
one of the early DVDs that I had, not me personally, like my family had growing up. And so
okay.
I like watched that a shitload
That
because,
me,
what else are you gonna watch when
yeah.
all you have is your
You
DVDs?
just have yours. Yeah, exactly. That was one we also had on DVD, and it was awesome. So I am now just only gonna refer to him as Raw. Just Raw, Saint Raw. Um, But you have another fucking awesome wide receiver piece. Well, the number one wide receiver piece sitting right there, Justin Jefferson. I
Yeah.
mean, how are you feeling about running running with this mofo?
I mean, I, I feel I feel like a tale of Jekyll and Hyde, where somehow I ended up with arguably the number one running back and arguably the number one receiver,
Mm-hmm.
and like, which is kind of crazy because like if we were doing a snake draft, there's just almost no chance that that could ever happen. Like you can't get the number one on both positions in a
No,
snake. It'll just never happen that way.
no,
Obviously, I had to pony up some big time bukus to get these guys that I wasn't like that seriously trying to get, Like I think
So,
we all know what happened.
so wait, who do you think broke you the most as far as like the rest of your draft was concerned? Because I'm still looking at your team and you've got some decent, like obviously like Amon St. Brown, he's going to be coming in pretty pretty clutch. Trying to see like you've also got.
I'm
I mean, I
yeah,
Connor could be really
that's
interesting.
the thing. So like, okay, so St. Brown obviously, Justin Jefferson, McCaffrey, like no question, that's awesome. I'm pretty juiced on Trevor Lawrence this year. I do really think that he could have a pretty big bust out year, and I paid $16 for him, so not a lot of cash
No,
there.
not a lot at
I
all.
know I feel lucky, even though James Conner is on probably the worst football team coming into the season, the Cardinals. So that could be an absolute disaster, but he was so good with like touchdowns and stuff last year
And
that
dude, there's no
I feel lucky that I even got him because I
that
had
could
like
be that could
fucking no money left.
well, I would say that could actually end up playing out really well because there's no Kyler Murray. That guy was such a
And
fucking
he
problem.
was so much better when there was no Kyler Murray. So
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
like he's a workhorse. Like, and so as long as you're
Yeah.
giving him the ball, like he could certainly like grind out a touchdown and
Yeah.
like 70, 80 yards, maybe a couple catches. Like he's gonna get you points.
Yeah. I feel like the rest of my team outside of that is just like I'm hoping that some guys outperform what they're supposed to, or just like things happen to where they get like more opportunities than they originally are supposed to. Because
Yeah.
it was rough sledding in the draft. After that, I was like, I remember there was one point in the draft where I think I only had 4 roster slots filled, and everybody else had like 7 to 12 already, and I'm like, how am I even gonna fill my fucking team?
I don't know. I think you did a pretty decent job. And Cortland Sutton, like I think that's probably
I
and
think that's decent, especially because Jerry Judy is having some little like injury situations going on. So like, if
Jerry
he ends up
Judy
being the
seems
number one receiver, then
I
like I
don't
feel pretty good about that.
I never know about Jerry Judy. I feel like Jerry Judy is so overhyped for what he ends up turning out. Um, and I don't know if that's Russell or what that is, but Cortland Sutton seems
Yeah,
like he's actually been pretty reliable. Like not necessarily asked to do all that much, but still gets points.
yeah,
But
yeah. He'll get something, I think.
so, I'm looking at the other side of this
Yeah,
equation.
let's look at the other side. So we got Phil on the other side, and Phil, he was one of the early people to fill up his roster. I remember
Dude,
he was very he was a little more uh, I don't know what you want to say. Like, he wasn't spending huge money for a lot of people, but he was getting a lot of people like outbidding kind of some more like of the middle part of the draft. So he filled up his team pretty quickly. He's got some good pieces.
yeah, dude, his team is balanced. It's really, really well balanced. Like he's got pretty decent position,
Yeah, I'm
like
trying to look
pieces.
like I would say like it's hard to find like a bad piece on his starting lineup where you could look at mine and there's like a few you could say Cortland Sutton and Gabe Davis are like quote unquote like they're not good. Like they could be okay, but you look at his and there's nobody that's bad. I would say if anything like Terry McLaurin could be like possibly the weak piece there. He's got some weird stuff going on, but
I
like
yeah, I mean,
everybody else looks pretty juiced to me.
I will say this: Terry McLaurin does seem to put up throughout a season, despite being on one of the shittiest teams. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, not as a number one. Like I think having him as your number three or four or something like that is much more kind of in line with where you
Yeah.
want him. But you know what else I noticed? I think Phil so far has the only stack that I've seen.
Oh, that's true. He's got yeah, Justin Herbert and then Keenan Allen. That's true. That's kind of surprising. There's like no
No
stacks.
stacks. Yeah, no stack. Like
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about that. I was like, yeah, there are no stacks.
very interesting.
Okay. Well, so
But I love Saquon. I do like Herbert quite a bit. Devonte Adams for sure. I mean, Keenan Allen. It's like sometimes you just don't know exactly what you're going to get, but he could rack up those receptions any given week though.
he could. I will say this. Despite the balance, there are a couple pieces that terrify me on your team. Justin Jefferson terrifies me because I feel like any game he could just fucking, blow through the roof.
Yeah,
Christian McCaffrey is kind of the same way. I'm really interested to see another year in San Francisco to see if it's just because he is a pretty money player. Like
yeah.
I I yeah I just I don't know. It's this one I think is gonna be really interesting. I think the points are going a little bit crazy, but I kind of think like Amon Raw. I'm just gonna call him Raw Stargate.
Just
Um,
call him Antonio Brown.
I do. I'm gonna start calling everybody Antonio Brown. That's gonna make it easy for me. So we got Antonio Brown going up against Antonio Brown. But yeah, no. Dude, I don't know. I I feel like I kind of want to give you. I want to just give you the nod, but Phil has got such a balanced team. that I could easily see him pulling out some big performances from like any piece, like any part of it. But I don't know. But I guess just because you do have these like these three scary could give you monster like even possible 40 burgers or something like that. I'm just gonna give you a nod. I'll give you a nod for this week.
Okay. Okay. I can understand that. I think I'm gonna give mine to Phil. I just think the balance is so there, and it's a strong balance. It's not just like a get you by the week balance.
No, he is
Um,
like solid
I'm nervous.
across the board.
Yeah. I'm nervous that like I'll have some guys that will drop like 7 or less points, but Phil won't have any people like that. Like everybody will be like 10 or above on his team.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of those we'll have to see. Like I would say that looks to be the way Phil's team is kind of structured. Um,
Yeah.
that he's just gonna have consistency like across the board, but I don't know. You never know. I guess that's why we play the game.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Okay.
we'll split it.
We'll split it. All
All right,
right.
fair enough. Fair enough. So
Last but not least,
yep. Okay, so
ooh,
this is
you're
gonna
going
be
up against Big Bad Joe, the fucking Dark Lord, in
the
week
Shandy
one.
Heimer himself.
Ooh.
And he's got some scary pieces on his team. Dude, Tyreek, I will say, is just the scariest of scary pieces. Um, he's so fucking good.
He
And
has Roddy White playing running back? Just kidding.
I remember Ronnie White.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
we're just going back to like
Wait,
fantasy
wait,
relevant
who else
players
do we
from
got?
like 6 years ago.
God damn it. No, they're good ones out there. I'm
Damn
looking
it.
through. I'm just trying to see if there's anybody else on the team so we could
Yeah,
go
for
for old
real.
old players.
He has
Nah.
Taysom Hill at wide receiver? No. Okay, I'll stop trying.
It took me a moment. It's like Taysom Hill, wide receiver. No, isn't that fucker like a big fat like tight end? Wait a minute, he's not a tight end. He's a QB. Or
He's a
wait,
quarterback, yeah.
he's like a weird ass. So like, yeah, what is he? Um, but yeah, no, Tyreek
Okay.
is scary. He's got a lot of other like receivers that could certainly be scary. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I like Chris Olave a lot,
Yeah, I I,
actually.
I don't know what Calvin Ridley's going to be like in Jacksonville. I
Yeah,
guess you
that is a
know.
question mark. He's kind of their like the whole hype of Jacksonville. They're talking about, that Ridley could have a big something or other, but yeah, I don't know. I think that is a bit of a question mark.
Yeah. Um, I'm I'm not actually sure about Tony Pollard. I feel like any running back in Dallas's system is gonna, be not a focal point, but they're gonna get work. So
I
so
think they're gonna feed Tony Pollard, and he's gonna feast. Like, yeah, that's a guy I was targeting for the draft, but like things didn't go that way. But yeah,
mm,
I am a little fearful of Tony Pollard.
well, then you're striking fear into my heart, Sean. So that's
There we
not
go.
making
That's
me
all I
feel
want to
good.
do.
It's that easy. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah. And
and then
then
he's got
Drake
Burrow. Oh
London.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, he's
Drake
got
London.
Joe Burrow should be. I mean, I know he had a little injury in the off or in the preseason, but assuming he's good to go, he should. He's gonna throw up some points.
Oh yeah. No, Joey's got a fucking
Yeah,
scary
that's
team.
a pretty solid team. I mean, yeah, Calvin Ridley maybe a question mark. But I don't really know much about Rashad White, to be honest. I know he's the running back for the Bucks, but like,
I
I
don't
just don't
either.
really know what to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big ask for sure. I feel like it's gonna be tough, and I'm not really sure how my team's gonna kind of pan on out. I feel I got
Your running backs, I give the absolute nod to. I mean, between Eckler and Aaron Jones, I mean, those are two absolute juice pieces right there, in my opinion.
Well, I can only cross my fingers and hope for and hope for the best. I will say
Ooh, you got some, dude. You got some good people. Shit, man. You got Diggs. I mean, Diggs should be great. I'm hoping that Debo Samuel has a bounce back from the weirdness of what happened last year. So he, I
I,
mean, he could be good. And then Mark Andrews always pretty solid. And with Lamar back in the mix too, that should be really helpful.
yeah, it's and again, and I'm not even sure who the fuck is the quarterback of oh Baker. God damn it.
Right. You don't know what that's going to be for Mike Evans, but I mean, it's not like Tom Brady was that good towards the
No,
end. And
not towards the
Mike
end.
Evans, I mean, he's just such a big target. He's such a good end zone target,
He
too.
is.
He's just a huge, tall dude. So
God, I would hope
I
that
do like some Mike Evans.
if there could be a little bit of a chemistry build between those two, yeah. I mean, Mike Evans does that stupid shit where he'll do those like three touchdowns in a game, you know, like
Yep, he
uh
does do that.
so yeah, I'm
Man,
kind
oh
of
man.
I'm not sure how this is gonna play out. We'll see.
I really like both of your guys' teams, like kind of up and down. There's not a lot of gaps in the lineup. I mean, I think I would definitely take Burrow over Tua.
I think that's the same thing. My hope is that I think we saw this earlier with another team, but my hope is that with Tua, like,
Ooh,
you know,
Tyreek on the other side, you
that
could
was
get some of those
that was
points back.
the funny thing. That was the exact situation I was thinking when I drafted Tua. I'm like, because there were no quarterbacks left. It's like me, Nick, and can't remember who else was sitting. We're just like nobody has a like don't have a quarterback, don't really have any money, and yeah, I got Tua, and I really was thinking it's like, well, at the very least, whenever I play fucking Tyreek, this should like at
Yeah.
least like lessen the
And
blow.
then here we go, week one, you get your wish.
Yeah, so we'll see if that actually ends up panning on out.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But damn, this one's tough too. I feel like I might have to give the nod to Joey, like by a fucking hair, purely just based on the on Burrow versus Tua, because I feel like if you look at the rest of the lineup, like I feel like if take the quarterbacks out of the picture, I think you have the edge, but then add the quarterbacks in, and I feel like Joey gets the slight edge there. But I want to go ahead and call it out that I think this could be the closest matchup of the week for me.
What was that? What was that thing? Did we have some sort of
It was
like
like certified fresh, like I don't know, some bullshit
yeah,
certified
god
fresh
damn it.
closest matchup of the week or something fucking some stamp on there like those fucking radio gambling betting guys that are like this is the absolute certified lock of the
This will
week.
yeah, this is the yeah, this is the lock. This so you're saying you want to say this is like what the closest it's going to be the
I think
closest or
yeah, I think if we when we look at the final scores that this matchup will end up with the closest point differential.
okay, I see. I see what you're saying. All right.
Yeah.
Um I am gonna throw the bones in for my team. I'm pulling the fucking spirit of the fucking Ninja Turtles. I'm pulling some pizza time. So
Yeah,
so
like it. Like it.
I'm gonna see what we can what we can do. I'm going full cowabunga on this football season.
I
Um,
got to give you you get the absolute edge of the team name. I
what
think
was
that's a great callback.
the Shandyheimer? There's so many Shandies. Like like
Yeah, I
I
feel
was
like
thinking that.
they're finally starting to dwindle out. It was kind of our little preseason fun times. Everybody do a little shandy name in honor of last
I,
year, but
I
now people are getting like some like more like real names going on in
true.
there.
I will say I did enjoy having the Shandy for right before like the draft started and everything like that.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah,
That
doing a
was nice.
little cheers with the
Hmm
shandy. That
That
was pretty sweet.
that was really nice. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I think we actually
All
got
right.
through a pretty good rundown. We're about to hit an hour actually right now, so I think I don't know. I think that's That's a pretty good place to go on through. We've kind of talked about all the matchups,
I
talked
think
about the
so.
draft a little bit. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what
Yeah.
else there is.
No, I feel good about that. Yeah. No, I mean we're here. We're finally in it. It comes and the lead up is always feels like it takes so long to finally get the season going, and then here we are Thursday night, first NFL game of the week, and all of a sudden like we're back in it. Sundays are gonna be pretty interesting for the foreseeable future here, but I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And actually, shit, I just realized looking on over, it looks like Detroit actually is up right now, 21-20.
Dude, yeah, this is actually going to be a fun little finish. So, yeah, maybe we can catch the end of this game here and see how this shakes out. But already starting off the season on a pretty exciting, just general NFL note, which is
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. Well, I hope everybody enjoys the podcast. Try to get this out there as soon as possible, and yeah, enjoy the first Sunday of the football week. Sean, I hope you have yourself a good Sunday, and good luck to you and your squad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Same to you.
Oh,
Let's go.
thank you.
Keep it safe. Keep it safe out there, and let's have a good time.
Absolutely, and I guess you know, we will try to get these regularly going, and I know we always say it every year, but yeah, as many times as we can get people on, please let us know when you're available. We're going to be trying to shoot for kind of the same time, you know, every week, but we're always you know, up to trying to work around schedules, but you know, we've all got crazy schedules, so we know it's crazy, but
Yeah,
we want to make it
let's
happen.
talk. Let's talk football. I know we all, everybody here, everybody's got something to say. Let's get it out there.
Yeah, get your word out there. All right, and I guess that'll be it for us. So everybody, yeah, take care, and we'll catch you next time.
All right. Cheers, boys. See you out there.
Peace.